Good morning. Here in Sweden we have, like most countries do, the Ministry of Truth, who are only dealing with propaganda. It's mainstream media, mainly here in Sweden. And I know, in the UK it's the BBC, and then in the US you have CNN and Washington Post. The Ministry of Truth. Canada is the CBC, so on, right? And here in Sweden, it's some of the main newspapers, and then it's the state-funded media, state-funded news. They are dealing with propaganda only. And now something is happening here in Sweden. I can't figure it out. I don't understand, because all of a sudden they started to tell the truth. Yes, of course they are still dealing with propaganda, but they are starting to tell the truth about certain things, and I don't understand. I have to try to figure it out. So I'll give you two examples. The first is this newspaper that we have, one of the worst papers we have in Sweden, Aftonbladet, evening paper, right? And they are talking about Australia. And I'll just read it to you, right? For instance, there's an interview with a Swedish lady living in Australia, and she's quoted. She says, "It's absolutely awful. It has become like a police state." And nobody is making fun of her or questions her, Then there's another one. New South Wales has imposed new strict restrictions that a politician compared to the Nazi regime during World War II. And again, nobody's ridiculing this politician. Right? It's just how it is. Okay. Here's some headlines. Restrictions didn't help. Thousands of sun worshippers went to the beaches anyway. Then the Australian authorities closed them. A record number of Australians want to leave the country. Many want to stay abroad for a longer period. Australia has had sharp restrictions. In Australia, residents must apply for permission from authorities to leave the country. In August, almost 40,000 requests were received. A third have been refused departure by the authorities for border control. See, they are just telling the truth. And of course, it's awful. Yeah, it is. Like this lady says, it's absolutely awful. It has become like a police state. Well, it is now, isn't it? You need permission from the authorities to leave the country, and a third of them was refused. Well, this is like Soviet, isn't it? It's unbelievable. And this is the Ministry of Truth. You see how I'm confused here. There's another story I want to tell you about, and this is from state-funded news, public service news, right? The worst. This is the worst propaganda machine ever in Sweden. No, it has been for years. They report on this story about this guy from Syria. Riyad Saiton from Syria moved to Sweden in 2010. Since then, his store has been robbed 7 times. And he was forced to close for a whole year due to the threats. Now 4 people have been shot in the immediate area where he has the shop, and he has had enough. As soon as he gets the opportunity, he will leave Sweden. This isn't propaganda. I'm almost upset about this. All right. Be good.